Hey, greetings, salutations. Once again, brothers and sisters, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott, here to humbly serve what I can, what I feel might be helpful or increase some hope, some understandings in my fellow brothers and sisters out there. Praise God. I still can't get over how often those words come out of my mouth these days. Holy cows, man. Praise God. The topic today, trust and discernment. It didn't really set into me how perfectly this was revealed. Because I gotta pull this up just because. My brother, Mr. Paul Unslaved. I don't know how to zoom it though. The title of his stream today, The Crowd Wants Barabbas. Right? The story from the Bible, the choice between Barabbas and the Christ. What was the distinction? They were both locked up because they were understood to be radicals against those in power, as I understand this. So they were both standing up for freedom, for better a better world. And so the choice came. I guess Barabbas, as I understand, had kind of the reputation of a violent revolutionary. So the crowd chooses the violent one, the one who's going to lead an army in opposition, fight to the death, and get revenge. And then we know how that story went. The crowd got its choice. I know the path I've purposed for myself. I know the goals and standards that I am working towards. I have given thought personally to God, how may I become perfected? Because we're all imperfect, and many people believe they are helpless, hopeless sinners, making excuses every day for the way they are. It's just the world we live in, brothers and sisters. The world of the past brought us to today, and today, all of you, whoever you might be, are part of this Talcottian adventure. In my life, I'm actually just sitting here in an empty house, speaking to myself on a laptop. Praise God, man. Praise God. The distinctions and variations between all of our lives are quite fascinating. And there's some incredible adventures that have been lived and are being lived right now. My life is an adventure through possibilities so far. But I'm not done yet. And brothers and sisters, I encourage you to join me and recognize we are just getting started. See, I understand many of those who do frequent over here discovered me through young Mr. Paul Unslaved. He and we speak many of the same things, stand for the same values. He articulates, he's a gifted teacher. But holy cows, does the crowd want Barabbas or does the crowd want peace? I mean, anyone who knows me, I'm constantly constantly bringing up the topic of world peace, ending wars, all the time, right? And so the world didn't know about what was happening in that town at that time, 2,000 years ago. And I'm pretty sure God is writing a different version of many dissimilar stories right now. And so, what if this could be true? What if it can be true? What if we can start over today with humility, seeking forgiveness from the Father, the one creator? There is one creator, right? There's a God, an absolute, the supreme Godhead. The creator is revealed through the creation, and we are a part of that which is happening. Praise God. We have been graced with the gift of life, the freedom of free will, the power of imagination and memory. But those are tools. This body is an amazing, divinely created vessel. Yours is too. But the world has taught us, golly geez, so many things wrong. Okay. So here's what I do want to get across to the topic: expanding trust and discernment. Okay. In order to find discernment, it's a skill. We all have varying levels, varying degrees. We are all incorporated. There's one type of mind, I think. Well, there's one mind. There's structures and processes to the phenomena of thought. That's what I've been observing a lot of. There's a reason I started explaining for that. Sorry. So yes and no, I don't make a lot of notes. I was asked some time ago, how much time do I spend preparing for these streams? Actually, I don't know if I should go into the questions or just get back to topic. The topic is the purpose, and the purpose is peace. And peace will emerge when the conflicts are resolved. And the conflicts are resolved by choice, a choice to stop fighting. In order to increase your level of discernment, right, the ability to review the data and the information to come to a sort of conclusion, to increase your discernment, you got to practice, you got to pay attention, and it works best from a calm mind. Okay, this world has taught us multitasking, living on edge, prepared for attacks, this way of psychological aggression that's been conditioned into many men. I'm remember memories, so maybe you don't have that problem or never did, but it's not healthy. God wants health for all of us. And brothers and sisters, I am a man of peace, and I truly believe that if you want to increase and better understand your personal relationship with God, please pay attention. I mean, I'm sharing the things I know, the things I experienced, and I'll share things I learned from religions. There's value in them, but hey, welcome, Dominic. Oops, I didn't. You left me something. Oh, gotcha. So we are each here by karma, whatever, we are here. There's a choice that brought us here into life. And as we go through our lives, we get to figure out what we choose. And if you don't pay attention to your mind, if you don't pay attention to what you are doing, well, we end up paying money for education and survival. How you doing, brother?
Greetings, Mr. Talcott.
It was getting a little whatever before I left. Oh, hey, I was talking about you. Forgive me though, you showed up. Did you have something you wanted?
Not specifically.
Okay, thank you. Hey, I was pointing out the irony, the divinity, the synchronicity, the title of your stream. It's perfect and ideal. Because as I understand, Barabbas was a revolutionary as well, but he wanted to take it to violence. And I know you're not a violent man. I know you're not. So, see, this is what is amazing about God. The way things are similar and different. Right? That one consciousness, different reflections and perspectives. It's mind-blowing, dude. It's actually all I think about. Here, what I have learned as far as discernment. Well, here, trust and discernment, they're kind of opposites in some aspect because trust requires self-confidence. Now, the discernment, though, that requires humility to the truth. And oftentimes we don't want to show any humility with people we don't respect. But
humility, as I understanding, is about before the creative force. It's not about being humble and having humility before other men and women. There's no covenant that I'm under to be humble before other slaves. And furthermore, if I don't humble myself in front of other slaves, I'm probably going to get hit up earlier. Presuming it'll happen at all, they're going to hit me up earlier because I'm going to piss people off. So I have no duty to be humble or have humility before other people and their perspectives. That is before the creation and the creational force. Humility is making oneself better in the eyes of God. It has nothing to do with how others perceive you.
Paul, you're imagining an absence of the Creator. The eyes of the Creator are now. We show respect to God by respecting God's creations. God is within.
We respect the light in each other. We don't respect the nurture or lack of it that leads to false beliefs and perspectives.
Are you arguing?
I'm clarifying from my perspective.
What do you think I didn't get right?
I just told you.
Hey, Top G, did you bring some joy and trust, discernment, peace? Glad to see you.
Peace and love, brothers and sisters.
That's what creation brings. Life is our one time in this series of memories that we're capturing. This is our one lifetime to feel and express love. The best way to feel love is to express love, to share love, gratitude.
What makes you think that my motive on here is to feel loved?
Well, then, if that's not why you're here, if you're here for content and looping,
why can't I just be here for truth? Why do I have to be here for everybody's internal wants and emotional needs, including my own?
Well,
like if I want to be loved, I have other places in my life I could get that. You might not, but I don't need that here per se today.
Okay, so you asked the question, but you don't want an answer?
No, I'm asking. Why are you presuming everyone else's motives are like yours?
that's a false assumption. False. The context of your question is
Why do I
has no
have to come
foundation.
here to love or be loved at all times rather than speak truth and observe truth?
Who told you that? Me? I never stated those words. So where did you
Okay.
get that condition?
It seems that every time
You're
I'm not in,
projecting onto me.
no, it seems to me that every time that I'm not in a
Mhm.
space you deem to be as loving as I could be, that there's some punishment or consequence.
Well, it seems that way, and I can understand why it might, certainly. But I'm happy to help you better understand so that you know what my purpose and intentions are. So I'm not here to offer you disrespect, and I'm not here to receive disrespect from you either. I've had enough of that.
Okay. Why can't we just be open to whatever comes about?
Well, this is where this lesson is coming in. This trust and discernment, it requires humility to the truth. In order to hear the truth, you don't hear anything different than you know while you're always talking, Paul.
So you're
not
presuming to
repeating.
know what I'm aware of and what I can see and hear and understand. That's the presumption.
Are you able to receive different information from others while you're
Absolutely.
speaking?
I have lists of folks
While you are speaking? No, it's not possible.
Are you not speaking? Have I been speaking this whole time and unaware of it? Because I thought I was listening then speaking.
In this time you are, but I was bringing up the
so we're not in the now. Well, I thought we were supposed to be in the now. That's what you always say. So you want us to do as you say, not as you do, right? That's another one of my problems I have.
Paul, actually, here's another one of your hypocrisies, your contradictions. Right. Okay. You claim to be Christed and walking the way.
Yeah, I don't claim to be anything.
No, you state this as
I'd say fact. I have a perspective that may sound very.
Your disagreements are irrelevant and unhelpful at this point, okay? In this context. So you make grandiose claims of your superiority over others, and your value is so much greater than everyone because of your results. Now,
not everyone.
What I am saying about you, what I am saying about, thank you.
Keep it in the eye. Yep. I'm talking about you, and you're trying to drag everyone else into it to be politically.
What I was saying about
politically positioned, right? You're not a politician. What? You act like one, but you're not.
Hey, Paul, show some respect just for a few minutes.
You're not respectable right now. You're making grandiose, expansive statements that are not true. Talk about your results with me, not everyone else, because everyone else's results vary with me.
My result is that you seldom want to receive the truth that is clearly available from me. Now, you claim to care about the truth, and you claim to want people to give you feedback, but here's back to where I was going with the comparisons. You make these claims. I am actually, there's clear evidence. I'm focused on improvement. What goals are you actually working on? What are you trying to improve about yourself, Paul?
I don't understand. This is the most ridiculous narrative to an onlooker possible. You've done nothing to improve yourself or your position in any way. I've improved myself and my position in many ways. It's all on record.
Here, this is kind of a segue into what I discussed yesterday. Looking for results.
So how do we define then what goals and hitting them if the results don't matter? How could you ask me what goals I'm setting and hitting if the results don't matter? It's so bizarre and illogical.
I asked what you were here.
What goals are you working on and hitting? Show the results. I've done it.
Hey, Paul, chill the fuck out. Chill out. We can discuss anything, but I'm not.
There's no discussion. You're not reasonable.
You're right. You're describing yourself. Okay. So what I was trying to say there is a lesson to expand on what I shared yesterday. the difference between bosses and leaders. Bosses are egoic. They're stuck in the material. They focus on rewards and profits. Why? So they can avoid punishment and blame. It's an insecure condition that has been, people need to get out of it.
So
Here's
Jack,
the point. Let me get to this, finishing this point, okay? Looking for results is in service to the world, the worldly ways, Satan's world. We are the toys in the devil's playground. This is can be a heaven or hell created by God and us. So looking for improvement in self and environment, that is in service to expansion. That's in service to life, growth. So stop looking for results and start looking for improvement. The results just tell you your next starting point.
You know what that means? Sorry, I was wondering if anyone else knew what that meant. Don't look for results, look for improvement. Can you explain what that means exactly? Don't results improve things? Don't lack of results make things disproved?
Do you want an answer or not?
Well, I didn't finish the question. Now, when I pause, that's when I want the answer. See, you're playing power games. You're in your ego. You're trying to be right and you're wrong.
How would you describe yourself at this moment?
Listening and responding.
How about speaking what's within you and projecting it all over me?
Okay, and the rest of us are having the same experience with you. Now, who's right and who's wrong?
yeah, I mean, this happens every day, Jack. Like, what do you want
It's
him to do?
ridiculous.
Love you more and stop, criticizing?
Gee, you can
There you
talk
go.
to
Throw him out now. Take control and power over him in the world while you talk about improvements beyond.
Yep. So the reason I removed Top G is he is here as a flying monkey to enable and encourage Paul's aggression and disrespect towards me. Top G has zero experience with me in reality, none whatsoever, doesn't know me, neither does Paul. Okay. Yes, I share much of me and my information here online because I find value in what I have learned.
Right. You find value in what you've learned that you want to give away to others that you haven't applied in your life and gotten results with. It's foolish.
See, you're back to looking to the worldly results. You're trapped in the material mindset,
No,
Paul.
you're ignoring the.
Okay, and now you're in denial because you don't want to understand. You want to loop and argue. You've been doing this for how long now with me? Okay. Not once have you allowed an actual civil conversation, really, especially not about you. I'm kind of done entertaining this. This is going to be, Paul, I'll wait till you're done talking. If that ever happens, I'll address you. Well, he's still talking. Dominic, how are you today, brother?
Myself, I'm okay, actually.
What are you seeing here in front of you? I claim that we have an option here as very similar to a couple thousand years ago. What was the crowd wants Barabbas, or do they want wars and peace? I want peace.
Oh, peace is a form of silence, so you can, somebody gets shot in the back of the head, you'll get that silence too. So I guess you have to break it down to what is peace to each individual person. But I guess you had.
Yeah, he wants projected peace and forced peace. He doesn't want it to be organic and authentic.
Who does?
Understanding you.
Who does?
Why you keep throwing people out?
You're out of your fucking mind, dude. Holy crap. You are so delusional. It's fucking nuts. And you people think it's normal. And Dominic, I'm going to challenge this because I'm not sure. I'm still figuring out what your agenda is.
For what, Jack? I'm just sharing certain things I'm aware of. I'd be, you did put the word trust and the discernment. So
correct. And you've given me reasons to question
Mhm.
if I should trust you already. So
How so, Jack?
by the patterns of ego that people like to show me, I'm quite aware when people are paying attention to what I'm saying
Mhm.
and when they are refusing and deflecting from what I'm saying. Now, I identified myself. I said we have a similar kind of thing, you know, revolutionary or peace. I am a man of peace. You think you need clarification because you narrowed the word of peace to a bullet to the head?
No, no.
Are
I
you
use the
what?
I use the word peace for me as the word silence. So peace can come in
Right.
many forms, and
Okay.
this is usually an extreme case.
What would you assume? I know you're kind of new to me, but what would you assume I mean when I say I'm a man of peace?
You're talking about kindness, and we could drop our arms and all that kind of stuff. But I was just giving a more vague interpretation. For me, I was just sharing my input. But yeah, you're talking about kindness, and people can actually live in harmony with each other in that form of peace. Now, you could probably do better explanation for yourself how you define peace and how you would use it.
At what point, how much clarity do we need on the word peace before we come back to the context of the topic, which is the choice,
Yes, I'm with
the
you on that.
comparison that's very visible between Paul and I?
That's between you and Paul. I was just here, kind of hearing you guys out.
Dominic,
Yes.
I asked you
Mhm.
to observe and offer an opinion on what you were witnessing. So you're coming to my
Totally
panel
struggle.
and not
Totally.
listening?
No, I'm hearing you guys, but part of a struggle, two different views, and one actually is coming to somebody else's host. You're the host
Okay,
here.
so where is the truth? What is the resolve to this?
I don't know if there's truth involved in it, but hopefully to come to some sort of compromise and respecting each other by realizing everybody's going to have their own views
How
on things.
how do you think this is going to happen? I am Dominic. For the love of God, can you please see what is in front of your face? Cage, you too. I am attempting to resolve just one conflict that has existed in my life. People who've come into my life experience picking disagreements and flaws in the way I live me as me. And like Paul and Margot, although Margot gave Paul the example of offering apologies, Paul ignores that. I'm trying to resolve this bullshit pattern that Paul is showing. Would you guys be willing to try and help me communicate with him? Help figure out what is true? Please? Paul, are you willing to help me resolve disagreements between
Jack,
you?
do you not notice what the rest of us notice, that you're almost a completely different person on my panel every day versus when we come over here and you have the control?
Do you want to know why?
We know why.
Oh, you didn't ask me.
Why would we ask the person who's egoic, arrogant, controlling, domineering, and divisive and divided in self about himself when
You
he's
wanna
the
know
one
why?
generating
Again.
all the shitty personality and results? Why would we
Again.
ask you about your insane interpretation of your shitty results? That'd be foolish. We've already
See, what are you guys seeing? Dominic and Cage, what are you guys seeing?
It's not seeing, I'm actually hearing, but yes,
Wait.
I'm just hearing different views and all that, and some people are caught up in their emotions or feelings.
Who's right? Who's caught up in their emotions?
Probably everybody involved.
Who's that? Who is that?
Well, the two people that are engaging with each other. But you can be aware
Which,
that what you're doing is,
okay, so you think I'm in my emotions right now?
we all are. Anything that's in energy and emotions, it's just
Dominic,
Okay.
you are what?
Mhm.
I'm
I'm
finding
sharing.
no value in
Okay.
your what are you doing? What is the problem with you saying clearly? Are you enabling Paul as well purposely?
I didn't start with whatever Paul's sharing, but if he's sharing it, it's up to him. Same with you, Jack. You're sharing. I'm just talking about.
Okay, so you stay in denial and offer no corrections.
Okay.
Is that what you do? You just ignore everything that's happening?
No, I'm not ignoring it.
Well, you're not paying any attention. You're not willing to offer any. You're not willing
You
to
gotta
offer.
transmute it, Jack. You gotta transmute it. It's all mental. It's mental transmutation.
Hey, Cage, besides your opinion, do you have anything available to offer right here and now in this moment with the opportunity to help resolve disagreements with Paul? Do you have anything besides your unhelpful opinion?
How would you like me to help you?
Well, what I would love to see is that people actually pay attention to and try to care about the truth that is being revealed in these moments, right? Because these moments of our lives are revealed to all of us for the purpose of learning. You're not going to learn if you don't fucking pay attention. And I have been trying for months to get past Paul's godlike ego, who he presents himself as flawless, and I am attempting to get him to see the truth of his behavior. Is there anyone willing to stand with me to help resolve one disagreement on this planet?
But doesn't that come back to what you had said with the title? Apply discernment, wisdom to those situations and establish your own boundaries.
Okay. And what evidence?
Go ahead.
All right. So the evidence I'm seeing from you,
Or you're hearing from
using my discernment,
Mhm.
is that you have nothing to offer me. Okay. So that's frustrating, because if we help each other, we stop these bullshit ignoring and enabling, picking sides, and these stupid disagreements that accomplish nothing. If we help each other, this world can quickly change. I'm inviting people to try and help me bring a peaceful change to the conflicted world. I am confident that I am moving with God's purpose for me as a man. Whether you accept me or not reveals you. Is there any resolve today, Paul?
Of course not, because you're not resolute. You're dissolute. How would we facilitate a meeting?
What evidence? Hold on. You're
Look
building,
at your
before you continue
behavior
the
today
narrative,
and every
you
day. Look
presented-
at your behavior.
Right.
I'm not
Look at
throwing
your
everyone out and
behavior.
interrupting. You are. I'm not freaking
So
out,
what?
shaking and jumping all over the room. You are.
How are you treating people? How are
I'm not
you
treating you anyway. I'm speaking what I'm seeing.
You behaving? You're behaving rude
I'm not
and selfish and ungrateful and full of bitterness. And you attract those people you spend hours a day complaining about, Paul. But you're offering them nothing to change, Paul. I know people are finding change by their will and the grace of God. You know what, guys? This arrogant bullshit, it's got to end.
That he did it
Hey,
when
Paul,
people changed.
Hey, Paul.
Yeah.
Please, your attention. This arrogant, egoic bullshit has got to end.
Look in the mirror.
Find humility to God. Truth is that which is real. That which is real. Why the fuck are we arguing about it? You either accept reality or you live in denial, Paul Unslaved. Top G, many others. Sorry, Jay, I didn't see your stuff in the chat, so. For what purpose do you have questions, Top G?
You
What would you
never
like
answered
to
my first
understand?
question.
What would you like to understand better?
You can't, Jack, you can't ask a question when you didn't answer my question.
You don't control me or my life. So Top G is banned. He's proven to be just an agent of chaos working against me, which, brothers and sisters, please consider the future. Should I be a part of success with my goals that I have, inspired by God to pursue? Should peace be found? All of you who've wasted my time with your entertainment, think about all the people who are dying today. There's a lot of people dying today right now just because we haven't ended the corruption of our corporations and governments. We haven't ended it. We're to blame. We get to choose what we do every day of our life. Since I don't know what I don't know, yeah, I'm going to go with that one. 2020?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Forgive my concern. I don't know what's going on. You're not here to screw me up, are you? Screw up the.
No, I was just gonna add my observation to this conflict or situation you're trying to resolve, if it's worth any.
If you feel there's value, please share. I mean, if it's just an opinion, though, well, share as you will, please.
Well, I don't think, from what I mean, I don't watch you guys all the time, but from what I have noticed, you guys are probably at an impasse because you more or less are in the same business, except you have very different approaches to what it is you're doing. And I think that on that level, I don't see you and Paul gelling. I mean, as far as your commonalities go, in terms of how you can work together and sort of forge other understandings, I think you do have some commonalities, but in the big picture, I mean, basically you guys are like giving advice for life, and you have very different tacks on how you do that, and they're fundamentally opposed to one another. So I don't really see how you guys could quote unquote work together on that level. And maybe that's why you're where you're at with him, and maybe that's why he's there where he's at with you. That's all I really can say, if that's worth anything.
No, I respect. That's a logical observation, and you brought up some interesting points. I have some disagreements though with some of the conclusions you included. I actually think fundamentally Paul and I are the same messages, right?
Yeah.
People's freedom. I'm explaining the freedom from a spiritual approach. Paul is explaining the freedom from a worldly approach. He's bringing the darkness for the purpose of shadow work, so people will see it and get rid of their imperfections. My approach is different. Okay. But here's the other greatest difference that has prevented us so far. I have absolute faith in God, trust in myself, that I have the strength and discernment to figure out what is true amongst the chaos and the liars. I've been burned.
Yeah.
I've learned.
See, I think Paul would say the same thing, but he's just going to
Have
say
the
that.
discernment,
he's
and
just
I
gonna
do.
say
Sorry,
he's going to have a different opinion about how he does that.
Well,
Here's where if he saw the whole thing or understood it, would say, everything you just said is fine. That's your experience, but you don't have the discernment to do what you just said. That's clear at this time. I do.
according to
the majority of folks who interact with both of us.
Who did you? Okay, so let's bring in specifics. If you're going to convict me and judge me and slander me everywhere,
There's no conviction and judgment and slandering. Are you going to lose something?
Paul, the thing
Hey,
you
Jack.
don't. Yes.
Yeah, I'd say, like, isn't it more or less that, it's just off of words, basically? It's just how Paul says things compared to you that you guys really aren't agreeing on. It's like that simple, pretty much. I mean, besides the deeper things, but like if Paul was like a lot nicer, let's say, how he talks, then you'd be all right.
Wait, please. I'm sorry for the interruption. The clear problem that I see is Paul's judgment. Okay? The only problem I have with Paul is the way he treats me in my personal experience. And so the fact that I haven't been able to find one human being to try and resolve this very clear public disagreement blows my damn mind.
So then it's basically just how he is saying some things to you that you're taking him.
No,
you're getting offended at all. Yeah.
He's building false narratives. He's refusing to ask me any questions to change his mind, change his opinion. And he's a very...
I mean, he can do that without doing that.
Sorry to interrupt you. I want to say hi to Joe, though. Hey, Joe, how are you?
Hey, what's good? What's good, guys? Website 2020, you are doing well. And good to see you, Jack.
Yeah, can he just do that without actually, that way, how you're saying it? Like he does it on his own way. I can say Paul's pretty calm and chill right now. I mean, he's not all up in his feelings about anything.
Jay.
Yeah.
Explain what denial, in your mind, what would denial be?
Well, denying
someone in denial.
Facts, like, facts are, that's the only thing that's really going to count for anything.
Nice rings. Nice rings, man.
Holy cow.
Double ringing it.
Sorry, Jack. I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
Yeah, my girl gave me one up.
Well, I mean, the gentleman who just was speaking, I think he's trying to say, I think it kind of makes sense. I mean, let me boil it down in another way.
Hey, no, I understand. And what I'm saying is you guys are missing the fucking point. You're offering these things without specificity nor solution. I'd really prefer a solution rather than playing this blame game. Who's right, who's wrong. But to me, the evidence is clear.
But you guys have very different tacks on what you're doing. I mean, like Paul's sort of like
it doesn't mean I get to be slandered and made fun of and called a liar.
Well, see, the thing with Paul is like most.
You know what?
Relax a little bit, Jack. You're saying the right shit. You just got a little emotion, but you're on point, Jack. You're doing well.
Don't get Joe all queued up.
Hey guys,
you got great arguments, Jack. You got great arguments.
Joe, thank you.
Jack, guys, it's not like he's looking for arguments. So I would say.
I didn't mean in a bad way. I meant he has good arguments in a positive way.
I was just saying, I think I got a solution, Jack.
What's that?
It's exactly what you said. You guys both do kind of have the same message with a different approach and a different perspective of where you guys come from. And that's what I've always said when I've gone into these different communities is people might not agree with me and my methods and whatever, but we have the commonality we all are awake and we see that there's a common enemy. Now, if the people could just come together and see that we need to stand together.
Right.
And so
well, I've been
I
telling
was here
Paul
last
that a
night.
long time. So what is the solution for here?
Yeah, let me go out on a limb and say
Allow
something
Paul
for
to be
Jack
rough
here.
around the edge.
Paul doesn't think you're right. Jack thinks they should work together. Paul thinks, why would I work with Jack? He has nothing to offer. How do they get past that?
Can you let Wizard up, Jack, or no?
Why would I?
I mean, that's what
He's a
Paul
good guy.
said.
I need at some
you know
point.
what?
Please,
Wizard,
can I?
hold on, please.
I'm
Let me
sorry.
address, because Wizard, you know what? I don't know where we're at. I'm bringing you up, place of respect and peace, okay?
Without the
And
amped
I'm
up
sorry for whatever
Hey,
in the past. If I
Absolutely, everybody, please be quiet. I've got the board, and I'm gonna leave.
Don't leave. I need to talk to you.
I'm
Don't
gonna
leave.
be peaceful. You will talk to me on a different platform if you want to speak to me. I'm speaking directly to Jack right now in peace.
I need to speak
Understood?
to Paul too. Go ahead.
Jack, you sent me an email private to my private email after I succinctly told you not to. That I distinctly told you I would take that as a harassment. I do so, and I do so sticking strictly to my word. I told you not to do so. There is evidence now that you are the one performing
Clapping
harassment.
like a ratchet.
Shut up!
No, fuck you, dude.
You
Why
are
don't you
the
quote
one.
some scripture and then
You
yell
are
at me,
the
baby?
one. You are the one that
Fucking
is
punk
claiming
ass old
everybody
man.
else.
You fucking old
You.
man. Why don't you go
Claiming
lay down and die
everybody else
somewhere, you
harassed
fucking old
you.
man?
And yet you will
Fuck
take
you.
A bunch
every
of
step.
siblings
Fuck you and your
Prove that
hate.
you will
Equations
harass
then.
other
No,
people.
for all brothers and
Fuck you, Jack.
sisters,
Suck
right?
my cock, bitch.
Hateful old man.
It's like siblings
Go
arguing
clean your
with each
house.
other. It's
Go
fine.
clean your house, wizard. And stop spelling your name backwards like Satan. Now, Jack, I wasn't trying to do nothing yesterday. How was your birthday?
Happy birthday, pimp. I didn't know it was your birthday.
Hey, hold on. While I appreciate where the topic's
How are the
going,
plants doing, Mr. Pfizer? There you
hey,
go.
Cage,
Doing well.
Cage,
Yeah.
bullshit. I've had enough of you, man.
There you go.
Okay? Yes, this might be the first time, but I've fucking had enough of you, Cage.
Good.
You show me no respect and you just speak over me. You don't give a damn and you want to take over everything. Cage, get out of your ego. Get out of your head. Start paying attention. I don't know where your confusion is. God damn
I just want to hear about your birthday, Jack.
Trying to say, oh, hey, Smith.
Yeah.
Fuck, oh dear. Excuse me.
I only came on here last night. I wanted to encourage you. I wanted things to be good for you.
Right now, though, here, this is what I thank you. Right here, you guys just witnessed Wizard creating this emotional attack at me. You don't even allow me a fucking opportunity to respond. And you, number one, you obviously don't give a fuck about what's happening in my life. If you immediately just blow it off, deflect it, go on to something else. What the hell is wrong with humanity?
I agree. Just brush it off your shoulder, Jack. Don't worry about that shit. Haters gonna hate.
Hey, Jack, can I ask you a question?
I think he wanted to retort against Paul or whoever was it first.
Yeah. Before Wizard Wizard already came out and presented his narrative of conviction, and his judgment is based on his rule. Number one, is there a rule? Yes. He notified me of a rule. Don't contact him long ago. Months and months ago. If he wants to go back, fine. Fucking pull it up. And then let's review the number of different emotional up and downs you've gone through. And then let's review the intentions. Why was the rule disregarded? What did I send you, Wizard? I sent you a short message and a link to a short video that I believe if you accepted the truth offered in that video, you might experience miraculous transformation, and health. So he wants to come up here and flip me off and fuck you, Jack, in front of all of you guys. And because I tried to help him. Paul's been disrespecting me for months because I know I have learned things he has not. Thank you. Go ahead, Jeff. I said what I feel.
So I want to talk about today. I got it in my feelers a little bit from something someone else said in a different podcast, and I realized that if your inner space is if you're good with your inner space, then other people can't affect the way you feel. And I was reactive, and I do like what the guy normally has to say, but it was something that triggered me, and then I have to realize why I reacted a certain way and why I let it affect me. And it's because it's something that I struggle with, that I need to work on. So most people in life, like,
you need to work on.
If other people, yeah, I mean, if other people say shit about you and it gets to you or it pertains to you, then there's probably something that you need to look inward on and work on as yourself. So
that's dope,
Yeah,
bro. That's
yeah,
dope. I believe the same philosophy.
Jack.
Yes.
Jack. Hey, don't you think maybe the best way to prove, Paul wrong is that you stop contact with Paul, let him see you succeed without, being a part of him?
Oh, I'm absolutely. Thank you. Yeah, I'm absolutely working towards
That was
success that does not include his lame ass. But I know if we work together, if the guy would stop being a clown for an hour and a half, we could have a deep conversation together, work out the bullshit, and we could find a future where not only are both of us achieve greater influence in making the world a better place, but greater than just fucking living in a trailer
does it in a
smoking
different way,
pot
though.
all day.
Yeah, but see, that's what I was saying. What you're saying is that him being a clown is basically what I'm saying. That's his whole shtick. That's his whole
Paul.
shtick, his strategy. That's his character. It's almost like if Tony Robbins and Alex Jones had a baby, you'd have a Paul. And so
Right.
if you can't like deal with that kind of style and the way his delivery is, and whatever, you're like if Tony Robbins and Eeyore had a baby. It's like it's like total opposite. Total opposite. Well, I mean, for lack of a better analogy, I mean, you're very slow paced, very.
I took it as meaning Eeyore's energy. Took it. I didn't take it.
Like
he's
kind of like.
What though? Wow. Hey, here's something people need to start paying attention to. Who is speaking the truth?
Great.
I've seen far too many people buy into some bullshit opinion just because they heard it from Polly Boy. Directly affecting me and my life.
Hey, Jack, can I ask you a question?
Please.
So watching this for like the last year or whatever, there's a different dynamic I see from you and Paulie. It's just because it's this thing that like, you can't talk to your son, he can't talk to his dad. Maybe I'm just speaking but like he's fascinated by you, you're fascinated by him. You get mad at each other, but you still but you love each other and you can't get away from each other. It's like a toxic relationship, but you can't stop learning from each other. Like in some weird way, it's like it's a fascinating thing to watch, but like it almost to me like shows like how goldfish our brains are.
Jeff, you started out saying you had a question. Do you have a solution to all these things you've been imagining and seeing?
Well, no,
Is
I
there
didn't
any
imagine it. I
solution?
just did this. This is my perspective.
I know. I
But,
had poor choice of my words. So do you have a solution? That's the point of what I'm asking. Or maybe a point? I mean,
Well,
Yeah, I don't even think
no,
I'm
no,
not
no,
even
no,
sure
no.
if you had a
No,
point,
I was
but
just,
other than
I was pointing out something to where it's something special, and I think
you
it's a good.
started out saying you had a question and then you just took off somewhere, man. So
Okay, well, I guess like, what are you guys doing for each? Like, why can't you get away from him? Why can't he get away from you? What is your
I
answer
can't.
to that?
Well, actually, I'm sorry for the interruption. And I jumped to an answer which was a partial truth. The real truth is God. God controls all things, everything.
of course.
We think we're making choices. And I use my logic, I use my reasoning. I don't lie to myself. I don't lie to you guys. Okay? So my faith that Paul and I could eventually have a conversation where he could actually learn to actually understand the words he says, because he's a hypocrite.
God damn. Jack,
Since I'm
shouldn't you,
talking,
like fix self first though?
Paul,
Paul, I need your help on a video. If we got to do it here or somewhere else, probably won't happen here. I need you to tell me some of that spell casting shit. I need some help from you and Wizard.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to piss off Jack because Jack just said that he gets really upset and egoic when people take stuff from me and not from him. Because it makes him feel like
that is
he
not my
has low
intention.
value and little to offer, just like people in his personal
false
life.
narrative
So
right
you might
in
have
front
wanted
of me.
to ask
Paul.
you that in
Why
private.
the fuck don't you care about what is true? Why do you not care about what is true?
Jack, do you really?
Hey, I
believe
got to
that?
run, Jack. Thanks for the time. Hope it works out.
You did. Hey,
God
nice
bless.
meeting you.
Thank you for
What was your
joining.
name? 2020 website. Nice meeting you. Got some good insight.
Jack, do you really believe that Paul doesn't believe what's true?
Did you just hear what he was saying about me?
I'm just saying in generalities, not for that specific statement.
Jeff,
You
live
know, Paul,
right now, right here.
Yeah.
This is where
I am.
life happens. All Paul's bullshit opinions are coming from memory. His past is not my fucking problem today. I'm happy to help him with it. He's showing me his problems with his past. He's telling everybody all of his problems today, all of his opinions. And
What's wrong with that though, Jack?
what does it solve? Why
Well,
doesn't anyone care about solutions or value? I care about value more than entertainment.
Okay.
Paul?
Paul doesn't?
I agree with that, Jack. That was actually a huge, sorry to cut you off. That was a huge part of what drew me to you is you, not only you yourself, but also, Paul, here's another way you guys are similar. You sharing your life experience and your trials and tribulations that you've overcame. And I think a lot of people, whether they will admit it or not, I bet a majority of the people on panel have been through those same things. And so for me, I found it invaluable. I really appreciated it. So.
Yeah, I love listening to both of you guys.
Well, here, what Paul and I
age
have.
gap? What about your age difference? So, you know, no matter what, he's going to view things differently. No
Good
matter
point.
what.
He's a kid.
Can I say something?
Sorry, Jack.
Yes, we're many observations. There's similarities. There's differences. So both of us, thank you, Smith, what you said. You recognize there's value in both of us, that the way we share our experience and stories. So let me ask this. What kind of value has been offered between the two of us together? What has been allowed to happen?
Well, the reason is that you guys don't have the same.
You didn't answer the question of what. You're describing what you said, but I want the truth admitted and accepted by everyone. That's what God wants.
Repeat the
We should be
question,
proud
Jack.
to
My
say what we
internet
Yeah,
went
repeat
out.
the question, Jack.
What
I'll
is the
answer the question
value
real quick before I
of?
dip
Okay,
out for dinner. Lately,
ask the
what's been
question. Ask the
offered
question again.
is nothing.
What?
He's asking what of value between him and Paul has been offered lately, and to be honest, it's nothing. And I'm sorry to say that, but it's honest. There's been no value. There's been some comedic value, but of
If there's
truth
a
and love and
qualifier,
light, there's
if
nothing.
if lately is a qualifier,
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm
okay,
saying is
then
late.
you may be right. Yeah.
But I think that they do both have a very powerful story. They both have kind of the same message.
I didn't know that until
Jack
Cage
is
or
reaching for
somebody
the
just
stars,
said
and
that.
God bless him for doing that. He wants to end wars and secrets. You know, I don't know if that's going to happen. Just like I don't know if everybody's going to break free from their slaves of enchant or their
But it's
chains of
honorable,
enslavement.
Yeah, Paul wants to
baby.
start him. No, I'm just kidding,
Yes.
man. It's like,
Okay,
it's
so yeah, I
funny,
was just
man.
trying to make a point before I dipped out. But yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
if either is going to happen. But I think it's better if, like I said, we all realize there's a common enemy. The common enemy is not Jack. It's not Paul. It's not Cage or JG or whoever. I'm not trying to.
No, it's definitely Cage.
It's not whoever. It's the people controlling us. It's the people that are thrilled when people are going at each other's necks. So I think
Very
Jack
good.
does have a good message. He
Very
does have value, and that's my opinion. And no, I'm not
Yeah.
drunk. CIA, fuck off, bro. Peace out, y'all.
Amping up the frequency on people like that shit.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Change
Jeff.
the frequency.
Have a good night.
Yes.
Well, this is what, okay. Here's what I'm accused of. Okay. I'm convicted in the mind of the CIA. Is Jack just a bitter man?
Shit. Jack, shouldn't like maybe you and Paul have this private?
I
though?
just pointed this out. Before you deflect, is anyone willing to jump in on this dispute?
Yes.
You
From a
bitter,
Oh,
stranger?
man? I mean, yeah, everyone's bitter, man. Shit.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Well,
I would have
so
read
this-
the whole
Hold on,
question.
hold on.
Yeah.
Let me chime in real quick.
Fuck, oh dear.
I
This
don't-
is amazing. Praise God.
I don't really think Jack's bitter.
Thank you, Jeff.
I think he's been searching and trying to find himself, and he's been working on himself for quite a while now. And
because he's
I
bitter?
feel like I'm saying like I think he's
That's
changed
tough.
so much in his own eyes that maybe other people don't accept what he's saying. But he knows he's changed, and he's trying to do the best that he can, even though it's hard for other people to conceptualize maybe what his intent or what he's doing. Is that a
sounds like
correct?
Paul too, though.
If I got to answer that, is Jack just a bitter man? If you look at Jack, depending who's on panel, most days he has great energy, depending who's on panel. So if you're talking about when he get up here and certain energies get up here and you're arguing, is he bitter at those moments? A person may have an argument, but is he just a bitter man? No, the fucker's happy, go lucky Gandhi motherfucker 90% of the day until somebody says something.
Okay, well,
Thank you, Joe. I mean,
could I ask
Here's-
you a question, Jack? Though, like when people say that you don't really agree with, or when you say that they're having disagreements with you, you have a body language where like your shoulders twerk, your neck cocks, and you can tell that you're about to get really upset.
Yes.
And there's moments before that. No. Yeah, no, and I'm not trying to upset you, see, but I mean, like, there is moments where you come up here where you're like, I'm massaged, and you're in a good headspace, and you can get out of that. But people do trigger you, and you kind of get out of your element. And I think you've gotten 100 times better, if you ask me. But it doesn't really matter about my opinion. I've seen you grow. And
You gotta tell Jack, and your energy is really good now. So don't let this upset you. And it's lightweight shit. You have a tell. I don't mention it, but it's what I look for and why you catch me laughing all the time. As soon as you say a person's name, I know what's coming after. When you say Paul, or Joe, I automatically start laughing because I know what's going to follow. So catch yourself when you start saying people's names. Check your energy and catch yourself.
Hey, Jack, do you truly believe you and Paul both want the same thing?
Oh, that's a good question.
I was trying to respond to the comments and questions by Jeff and then Joe, but fuck, oh dear, I can't keep track of all of this.
I'll
Do you
keep
guys
his
actually
question. It was
want
good.
answers?
Yeah,
Do you actually
want
want
Jack,
answers?
you want an end
Yeah.
result to this, right?
Yeah, it's getting good.
So I'm
Go ahead.
willing to do whatever. So
Let Jack speak. Let's let Jack speak.
What is the question now? So I don't get to respond to the narrative that I didn't agree with. I do not
can
accept
hold
what
the
was
question,
said.
Jack. Go ahead and
Jack,
respond to the
Next,
narratives. We'll
back
remember the
to now.
question.
start
Back
where
to
you
now.
want it, Jack. Go
You
ahead.
hear me?
Start
We'll
where
remember the
you want
question,
to.
Jack. Get your responses in first. We'll remember the question.
It's gone now. What?
All right. So that was some of the response to the narratives that we said, how I thought Jack says, Paul, and what my man said here. The question was, do you think you and Paul want the same thing? I've never considered that. I don't even know the answer to that one.
If he would become honest, yes.
Very good.
He's stuck in the worldly ways. He claims he doesn't want the money, but look at who he promotes and idolizes. Those who have the worldly resources. I don't give a shit about the worldly resources. What I'm promoting is people whose wisdom can transform lives. Now, Paul, actually, damn it, there's our similarity. Paul is doing the same thing, okay, in a different way.
Wait, Jack.
And we all got to survive, though, Jack.
Jack, who does he idolize in the world?
Hey, hold on. Let me come back to his. Well, what I'm referring to is Wes Watson, Andrew Tate. Not as much anymore.
That's your
and that
opinion
other,
on somebody, though. On those.
Okay,
people.
so rather than argue, fuck, you're stacking things up again.
All right, Jack.
You jumped in with a disagreement.
Sorry, go ahead.
What was your disagreement, Jay?
I was just saying, but
you just jumped in with a disagreement.
He jumped in and said about the bread.
Wes Watson. You said Wes Watson or whatever. I'm like, that's the opinion though of those guys that you might have a problem with that. Right? Before that, I was just saying, do you truly believe you and Paulie want the same thing?
In between those, never mind. Hold on, I'll get it. Actually, I don't fucking
so, hey, Jack,
I'm doing my best to navigate through the confusion that's being offered to me, okay?
Jack, I'm not trying to confuse, okay?
No, but you're bringing your confusion. You just said something that was insulting to me and more towards Paul, okay, I know
what you're talking about. Yeah, the homeboy said about, he was saying how you were, and I was like, isn't Paulie like the same though? He's like doing the same thing, it's just in a different way.
No, Paul is not improving. He is looping the same patterns. He's living the same day over and over and over. He doesn't learn different things because he's constantly talking. And then the things he's hearing is telling him he's right.
So like Groundhog Day, right? Like just
yes.
But Jack, isn't that projection? You're doing the same thing too. Y'all are both doing it together.
Jeff, that's actually what you just described. You were projecting what you are doing, maybe.
No, I do different things every day.
Here's why I know I'm not projecting. I know I'm not projecting because my daily focus is not looping in the memories, not repeating the same arguments and disagreements. Does anyone remember the first reason Paul decided to disrespect me is because I didn't cancel my $300 a month disability deposit from the government. Wow. Ever since then, it's no respect for Jack. He's not one to be, you shouldn't learn from him. He's not worthy. He has no results. I'm telling Paul and you guys.
Yeah, but Jack, that's been going on. That's been going on for 8 months. Like we don't
wake up. Today is the day it can change. Every day can change.
Jack, I know. Do you see that Paul did that to hurt you? Or do you see it like he was trying to help?
No. He's moving, he's doing things without thinking. And then he's not reflecting on what he did. He's just going on.
I'm not sure.
day.
I'm not sure
I
you
will
answered
agree with
his
that, man.
question. That was a good question. When Paul asked you to let go the $300, was he saying better yourself and get away from the government?
No.
Or was he trying
No.
to criticize you? Was he trying to help you
Yes.
enough? Yes.
No. Joe, fuck. Paul is
That was
out
his
of his
question. I
fucking
wanna know.
mind. Hey, guys, like it or not, and actually, I'm feeling pretty comfortable, unless there's, reasonable objections for me to consider. I feel good about what has been offered today, and I'm comfortable shutting this down. But
All right, I just got it. I only got a
Well, you
limited
feel
break,
good,
and then
Jack.
I got to go back to work, man.
no,
Jack,
I really
I don't feel comfortable with that. I want to continue.
well. Hey, I mean, if you guys are willing,
yeah, I'm
this is
open.
what
I
Paul.
only get a break.
Look
for a
at
little
Paul's
while.
comment. Let's address Paul's comment now.
Okay.
From Paul Unslaved to the public.
All
He's
right.
more than bitter. He's angry, resentful, unthankful, ungrateful, selfish, and etc.
I'll
Now,
address them.
it's easily implied that he is me.
Yeah.
I allege Paul is projecting.
All
That
right.
I allege
would-
Paul is bitter, angry, resentful, unthankful.
I disagree with that. Why would you think that?
What facts show that?
Those are things you haven't ever squashed. Is what is right laying there in those words that he had said. Those
I
things.
mean, to me, he sounds very grateful and not. He's very happy every day.
Yeah,
Towards
let's
me?
address them one for one. Is Paul bitter?
No.
Okay. Is he angry? Absolutely.
Fuck yeah.
Resentful?
Look at his dad. Fuck yes.
I don't know about the resentful shit. Unthankful? I would not
Absolutely.
say he's
Unthankful.
unthankful. Ungrateful? I wouldn't
Paul,
say he's
Joe,
ungrateful.
Joe,
saying Paul's
are
that way
you
24/7.
are you guys fucking blind? You don't
He's
think Paul is
thankful for the gift.
ungrateful for his father? You don't think Paul is ungrateful for me? You don't think Paul is ungrateful for God?
No, I don't think that.
You're delusional. And you know what? I'm ready to wrap this up. No disrespect intended to anyone. Okay? Here, I'd muted you, Joe, because I was trying to speak.
Okay. All right. It's okay. I was saying that when I was saying I wasn't talking about his dad, I don't know a lot about that. I was talking about, I think he is thankful for the gifts and the vision that God has given him. That was all I was referencing.
Bullshit. He's resentful. You don't see the anger every single day. He's constantly yelling those vile infidels and blah, blah.
Very
he lives
good.
in a world filled with people that disgusts him. He's filled with judgment and contempt.
It may be true.
I mean, so you're taking shots at his character, basically.
I'm explaining the facts.
Yeah.
The evidence. I'm happy to discuss facts, but are you willing to accept the conclusion?
Let's say with facts.
Yeah.
The whole thing is based on unslaved. He has been enslaved, and the rest of the people are still slaved. So that'll be a little evidence to what Jack just said, that he thinks he deals with people who he has to tolerate. There's a little evidence for his argument.
Hold on.
I got you.
Here's what people will eventually learn. I don't give a shit if anyone accepts my explanations or me as I am. Paul can learn from me when he gets past his ego judgment and allows himself.
What's your name up there?
How do you know he doesn't, though? How do you know he doesn't? Just because he doesn't say that doesn't mean he doesn't.
Do you want to know how he does not?
Sure.
Well, number one, I can't believe you're even questioning that.
Yeah, he said it out of his mouth that Jack can't teach him anything.
See, well, I don't know that, you know. I didn't know
Okay,
that.
you can't tell from his behavior where he rejects everything I say?
Maybe that could be bit or not bit, right? You know.
Who cares? Who cares? I'm talking about reality
and truth. So
Okay, but you
and
can't
truth.
read his mind, though. You're not.
Oh my God! I'm
that was
asking
a
you.
dope comment. That was a dope comment. Don't get mad.
I'm asking you to reveal what is in your mind, and you're offering confusion. You're offering
Okay,
no
go ahead. What do you mean?
answer.
What's in my mind? What are you getting at? Like,
I like
I'm
it.
asking you to be truthful about what you are seeing, and
okay,
you're
I
like,
am.
just
Paul,
no,
or I mean, Jack.
fuck
I'm.
Odia.
Neither one of
You
you
are
know
in,
me. I
hey,
am neutral as
brother,
can
you're in
possibly be,
absolute
Jack.
denial.
Jack.
Hey, you're in absolute denial if you think Paul is not ungrateful.
Oh, I'm not saying that he isn't
Unthankful.
100%. You know.
Okay, well, find the truth.
Yeah.
You want to
Everybody is.
reject
So,
the fucking comment, and now you're now you're admitting it's true.
no.
Accept the truth when truth is presented.
Yeah,
Then
but
we
then
can
it's at
consider what
different
it means.
times, Jack. It's at different times. It's not all.
Oh my God. I love you. Thank you for joining. Holy shit, oh dear. Joe, congratulations. It looks like you might be the winner today on Who Laughed
Oh, is
the
that how
Most.
it goes?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
As always, I'm a Bill to give you time to say goodbye to your guests, man. It was great. I hope to see Paul, if him and Wizard. I need to see them about a video. Wait, maybe you know anything about that shit. I don't ever hear you talk about it. I have Paul talk about its spelling. They're casting spells. The courts are there he is. Thank you. If you give me a couple minutes with this dude, and Paul, if you will not argue and jump on that guy, I'm doing, I wish I could show you the beginning of the vid, but it's on this phone. But I say, what spells, what magic words were cast to get us from you have the right to bear arms to you may have a gun? So I need examples of other spells, and of course, you were the cat I thought about. And I got a pen and pad here. If you could, you know, I mean,
I can't answer that, Joe. I don't sit around trying to figure out other Pimp and Max bullshit game that they run on all the slaves. I just try to figure out my game and my understanding and how I'm going to apply it.
Give me some with courts and
That's
cops.
the difference between being a pimp and a hoe, Joe. That's the difference between being a pimp and a hoe. Hoes sit around and talk other motherfuckers' game and how it works and whatnot. I just understand and I apply it.
I just want
I don't
some help
presume to
on
know
the
what they
video.
do.
This
I
is
just know it's not
one
my
of those
law.
moments when a motherfucker come to you and ask for help. You don't have to complicate it. It's shit you do every day on your
I'm not
channel.
complicating it. I'm simplifying it. You're complicating it.
I was just asking for aid and assistance. This is all. It's all right. Right? But go ahead. Maybe Wizard. I just need some of that spell shit. Spells, you know. But anyway, go ahead. You don't want to talk about it. You ain't got to. Oh, shit. All right. Jack, if you get
I just think it's amazing with all the reefer I smoke that I can remember all these details. Every time you guys ask for evidence, I can remember all the details, even though I don't keep score. I just think back to what happened over and over again. Right? Like, you know, Jack being on here constantly not thanking anybody for contributions and donations and support while he says he's running out of fiat. I constantly thank people who send 2 and 3 pieces of 4-ply to separate applications that I have to almost make sure I'm keeping on while I'm watching 5 other things, right? So you're constantly unthankful, ungrateful, and selfish, and you're constantly projecting it onto me, and I show nothing in my ways and action other than the opposition.
Okay, sorry to
you come
laugh.
on here, you mail in a broadcast, you bitch and complain for 3 to 4 hours.
Okay,
so you mail it.
Now that I was patiently allowing Paul to build his false narrative, taking another opportunity to talk about me in front of me instead of with me, now that I've allowed that, okay, let me address what I remember, what I can remember him saying about me not showing gratitude to those who offer the contributions. I've addressed those that I saw, and I've addressed that multiple times. I'm very grateful for those who offer me any type of support. Even some of the people who played in and were encouraging, I've responded gratitude in some of those just for people being in my life, offering a little bit of encouragement. See, Paul, I've been wondering, can I make this argument about him? I can't recall any specific encouragement he's offered. Mostly criticism, plenty of fucking criticism.
For you or for people in general?
For me, from Paul to me.
Ain't he the one that told you to start a channel or something?
No, fuck no.
Okay, maybe it was somebody else. I remember him telling they need to start their own channel, do their own thing.
He's done that with many, and he's taken credit for everything about me. He wanted. Remember my rather than avoid foreclosure, God allowed me someone to steal the home with a little bit of pittance at me. Paul wanted me
I
to
don't know the
send him
details
thousands for nothing. I know. All I'm doing is pointing out Paul's selfishness.
Okay.
He wanted more money from me when he thought God allowed me to receive money from the sale of my home.
Wait. All right, wait. If he's still here, you gotta let him respond. That's kind of a shitty thing. You gotta let him respond. I feel like I'm shitty talking about him behind his back now.
Well,
oh, Joe, all of a sudden now you feel that way? When you sit up here constantly with everyone else, you let them cut my tongue out, throw me in the back. Nobody advocates for free speech. Nobody advocates for what they see as true and right, that they're constantly typing.
I advocate for peace and peaceful conversations and discussions, Paul. So if you can't figure out the connection between your behavior and getting placed in the back, well, there's more evidence of your lack of self-awareness and self-control, brother. Take a breath and let's come back to the conversation we were having.
You can't have peace if you haven't resolved yourself and your life. And a man who says forget about results, that can't look to results with faith, hasn't resolved his life and his problems.
Or I offered explanations. Yeah, I muted you, Paul. You've ignored my explanations once again, is actually what the reality is. And so since you don't accept truth from anyone except you and who you judge as worthy, you've ignored everything and stayed confused. Brother Smith, thank you for the contribution, but tell you what, get off your ass and use my number, figure out your schedule. I'll use that to buy you lunch. Okay? Let's get together, like, have fellowship. Please. Thank you. There's no resolve with the disagreeable. And
is that true?
How do you resolve anything with one who chooses to disagree?
That's interesting. It sounds kind of biblical and shit too.
He doesn't want lunch with you, Talcott. No one does. And there's a reason. Stop forcing yourself in everyone's life. Just rectify yourself in your life.
I've had enough, Paul.
You've been had enough.
Yep. You're done today with me. You've had... Paul, your toy is taken away. You're no longer allowed to play with Jack anymore. I mean, that's what he's doing. He's playing with me, my reputation, my characters. It's a fun fucking game for him.
Hey, butters, yo. Shit.
I don't know what to do. Hey, Mitch, you got anything, brother?
You're not at the exact moment, but if you're shutting down, I could probably.
Your mic is not horrible for once, right?
Right. Hey, thanks for pointing that out.
It'd be the one when you're here for 60 seconds. It would be that one time when the mic acts right.
Right. Well, hey, Mitch, we've had our disagreements, and I suspect they're from your past and your disbeliefs and doubts. But I've recognized your observations. You've got a great level of discernment.
He does. Yes, that's his gift.
And I know there's a purpose. The universe, the mysterious natures of life brought us all together.
Yes.
Would you be willing to try and help negotiate peace with Paul?
Oh, this will be interesting.
Yeah, that might be a bad idea. I've been
so don't win a losing proposition, huh?
Yeah, I've been trying to do that for myself with him. And
I know.
I don't think it's possible. That's why I kind of empathize with you in a sense. I don't sympathize for you.
I know.
But I do empathize with you in that sense for sure.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Ooh, holy cows, Mitch. Here's what I think it might be. Okay. You're a loner. You've learned how to be very independent and find your peace, find your stride. This might be a lesson for you to investigate teamwork again and trust. Because I think working together, I think if people work together with, someone who's suffering from addiction, someone who's dealing with trauma, bad, whatever, I really think when caring people come together and they can help express what they're seeing, and you guys are great at that. I think peace can be.
You're definitely onto something. It's an opportunity for me to work on that. Joe has known me for probably several years now, like 4 or 5 years maybe, and so he knows that even his friends, some people that are close to him, have tried to help me.
They have literally,
and I was very resistant to it, and so yeah, it definitely is something I need to work on, and it's a good opportunity for it. So thanks for pointing it out.
Hey, I'm gonna do this for whatever it's worth.
Let me say, surely, Jack, you're right. We all meet each other so that we can brush off on each other, our differences. His accumulated being alone, my accumulated never being alone, your accumulated what have us. We all come together, and I learn from you, and you. Hopefully, I brush out on some of the good stuff up out of that shit that I didn't experience. I get it from you, Cass. So you were right on that.
Sometimes we bring our good and bad with us as we
agreed. The bad will be a brush off as well. Yes. Yes.
Hey, respect. I don't think this is something that should be just rushed into, and it would require cooperation from Paul anyway, to some degree. And any resolve or agreement requires cooperation.
Agreed.
Would you characterize the way you've been dealing with me as cooperative or controlling?
Let's revert. I'm happy to answer that if you will offer the same review for yourself.
I didn't ask you to ask me back. You could do that when we're done with the answer.
I know. Your controlling nature is demonstrated through the way that you insist on my answering.
Right, because I'm trying to hold you accountable, something you refuse to do anywhere in your life. That's controlling, while you throw me out and silence me and talk over me.
Well,
fascinating narrative.
Paul, you've placed the duty of what you just said on yourself, okay? It's not your job to do anything other than accept the moment, okay?
No. I don't accept that.
You don't accept the moment?
I don't accept that people who want to be in my life, I have no duty to hold them accountable, and they hold me accountable. That's foolishness, and I would never engage in that.
Okay, if you're going to place yourself above another with the responsibility of holding...
Who said I'm placing anyone above?
Well, yeah, let them finish the statement first. You can let them get one sentence out, and then you interrupt them. Let them finish the thought, and then rebut.
It's quite obvious if you're going to hold someone accountable, you're placing yourself in a higher perspective, maybe higher authority.
Very good. Now let him come back. Let him come back. Well said.
Well, that was just the first fucking point.
Oh, that was a good one.
Well, yeah, you interrupted me to make it.
Thank God.
No, that is not true.
Why do you keep telling him he's making non-points that are good while he's throwing me out and interrupting me? What is your problem, Joe Cole?
The two are not related.
What is your problem?
They are. Why are you not advocating Mr. Free Speech?
I'm done with that.
You know, I don't have a problem with it like you do. Yeah, go ahead.
If we could keep a topic, a focus for a conversation, allow Paul to bounce around in his fucking narrative and imagination. We can bring him back to the now, remind him of his question. And here's the deal, guys.
Wait. In my opinion, Paul's a grown man. He is not stupid. He is well aware of what it would take in order for it to break bread and cooperate and all these things. He is simply unwilling to act like we know something he doesn't. You know, that's not what's going on. He is being a bad kid right now.
Right. And being unwilling to resolve a disagreement with a man like me.
Yes.
Joe, I disagree with what you built your narrative. Paul is behaving stupid. There's one thing to be ignorant. There's one thing to be ignorant about not knowing the answers. Paul is refusing explanations. Okay, truth.
Yeah.
He's purposely keeping his mind.
Maybe truth. Maybe truth.
He's keeping his mind from accepting the truth of others by constantly talking.
That's dope. I got friends who do that. I can understand that.
He's in denial. He's
Agreed.
He's refusing to allow himself to accept the new day, the new rules, the new rights, the new freedom.
Check this, Jack. I would love to hear. Don't put Paul up yet. I would love to hear Paul's response on this, but there's no chance I will. You bring him up, his response will be to tell you of one of your shortcomings. He will not address anything that you aim toward him. Certainly not this, in my opinion.
Well,
no, really, everything is flipped onto you.
Joe,
This shit gets tiring.
I mean, it is.
That gets tiring, right, Joe? Could you be any more deluded or disingenuous?
When are you going to accept instead of constantly fighting?
Who's fighting? You're throwing me out and taking control over me.
Why?
I'm responding to what.
You immediately,
your combative energy.
You immediately
Paul.
went to what Jack is doing, which is what I said you would do. Immediately, you give 2 seconds and then you say, like, Jack is doing this. I don't know what that shit's about.
Well, this here, without just using as an example of what we're seeing, okay? The egoic mind. The egoic mind, when it feels insecure, and we're all carrying shit around, but we feel this need to be in control. Now, the intelligent people tend to end up in control, and that's Paul. He's building a place where, in my experience with Paul, he has a pattern of insisting on control of situations, and then he doesn't look at himself.
Okay, well, you said intelligent. Intelligent people have hopefully come to the realization that they can control themselves. They don't get a whole lot of control over others, especially when they're unwilling or something. You really, the only control I have is over me. Yeah.
The egoic need of control, it's a sign of insecurity. And the insecurity comes when we don't feel at peace. I'm offering peace in the moment, right? We can have a peaceful conversation.
Why does he not want peace with you? What is that about?
I'm unworthy so far as I understand here. Why do you not want peace with me, Paul?
Am I allowed to ask questions and respond without being controlled?
Oh, in 2 seconds, you're going to be talking about Jack's shortcomings, so stop.
What's the difference what I talk about? Do I have to be thrown out and controlled for what I perceive and speak on? Is that the narrative?
We'll find out the future when it happens. We'll find out when it happens. Are you able to cooperate?
Did you want peace with
I want to know
Jack?
from Joe, your consigliere and your advocate here.
You want peace from Jack.
I want to know if you think Jack has been operating in a peaceful and cooperative manner in this interaction.
I told you, I think you throw too many accusations at Jack.
You're deflecting. Why can't I ask a question about what you're perceiving the same way he asked you about what you perceive about me? You'll tell him what you perceive about me, but you won't tell me what you perceive about him because you know he's going to get angry with you.
I just tried to answer one of your questions. I get one sentence out and you cut me off.
You didn't.
Yes. Paul, you're in denial. Go back and look at your behavior. When you continue making these, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. You did too. You're creating your own misery, dude.
Oh.
And your bitterness is not my fucking problem. I've been trying to help you relieve some of your bitterness by offering you ideas and hopes for a better future. But you want to bitch about the word hope. Oh my God, man. Hey, let's wrap it up. Jeff, did you asked to come back up, please?
Yeah, I often wonder kind of what draws us all here. We talk about results and relationships, and it seems like a lot of people here don't have that, so they're like maybe seeking it online or in some weird way. I have results with my family and my relationships. So I think it's fascinating for me to kind of watch kind of what goes on to see. It's just fascinating to me. Um, there's a push and pull, and there's love there. There's not, but like no one really knows each other. But I don't get off the phone with my mom, dad, grandpa, sister, uncle, even some of my friends without saying I love you. And I've just always been very fortunate.
Well, Jeff, no, I got it, Jack. Jeff, let's keep it fair. Well, shit, that was my internet jumping. I'm sorry. Let's keep it fair. At that point, you were talking about friends. You have the same thing with your friends. You accept them all. You managed to get along with all of your friends. You have none that assholes, and you got to cut off.
No, I've had one of my best friends I've had to. It's bothered me because I want.
Well, compare that to him. He don't know Paul. Don't compare it to your mom and your sister, right? That's family. Compare him in Paul relationship to some nigga on the internet. Okay. The push and pull you're talking about between him and Paul will have to be related to you and that guy who irks the fuck out of you. How much leeway do you give him?
Yeah, I'm just saying that these are people trying to connect on the internet. For some reason, Jack and Paul have a push and pull kind of connection. For none of us really know the true reason, right?
Well,
watch it, but it's
Jeff.
It's
right, Jeff. Here's the reality, okay? And Joe, thank you for that, bringing the observation into context.
Yeah.
Many people are being entertained by this. Okay. This is Paul's profession so far. He's getting compensated. I'm not. This is my life. I'm not playing a character. Okay. Paul, everything that's been said by that man, he has refused to speak with me privately. Okay. So he's presenting this as though we've got some sort of relationship. But if you pay attention when we talk, he ignores my words. When I talk, it's an opportunity for him to go to the chat or to do whatever he's doing. He's not heard what I've been saying.
Okay, so Jack, he says that to everybody.
Well, right. Here's the thing, Jeff.
I'm saying no.
He can leave my life. I don't.
So there's none of this.
Come on, Jack. You let him get. Relax, Jack. You let him get one sentence.
You know what I mean? Like this is not like a
I don't know why this is relevant.
No, because it's.
This is why I'm interrupting.
Okay.
He's still not allowed. There's no excuse for improper form.
So you can ask for a private conversation with Paul, but he's obviously stated that he doesn't want that.
He wants to mock. Hey, Jeff, he wants to mock me, call me names, and disrespect me.
Jeff, do you agree with that? Do you agree that Paul mocks him?
I would say he's made contact out of Jack, but I think he truly loves Jack. So that's my opinion.
I don't care. Has he mocked me, disrespected, and insulted my name and character? Has he promoted me in a good way or just content made at my expense publicly?
No,
stop, I don't Jack. Stop there.
I don't think it. No, I don't think it's that. I think he truly loves you. He's trying to figure you out.
I don't care about your opinion. I'm asking opinions of the facts.
No, that's not. You can't do opinions of facts.
Oh, he can give us his opinions.
You're asking my opinion. That was my opinion.
I asked opinions of facts. You're telling me you think Paul loves me. The evidence shows otherwise. The evidence shows Paul loves himself.
There's great evidence.
At the expense of others.
There's also great evidence in pro as well. There's great evidence. His inability to leave you. It is not all content.
It's not all content.
Here we go. Here we go, though. Let's bring this back into relevance, right? The relevance is Paul is no part of my life. I have no history with him besides the challenging experience that's been public. It's
Jack,
not been real. Hey, Jeff, while you and others have had a joyful fucking time, it really hasn't been a joy for me.
Jack,
So
stop that real quick. Jack,
I've had enough, Jeff. Sly, I see you in the back. I'm not going to put up with you today either.
Hey, I
You
want to add
constantly-
something.
Please,
Jack, can
man.
I add something to that for a minute?
Please.
I want to try to articulate what I think on that. Is basically, you notice how he qualified the whole bullshit with "but he loves you," and I think that that's important to realize that that's part of Paul's shtick or whatever, you know. For example, he says a couple of days ago, I think he said, I've never lied on here once. And then he qualified the statement, I never lied on here without pimping and macking on somebody, without it being that, you know. So yeah, that's just making excuses for bad behavior. And as he does it, you see other men are doing it for him. And that's really a big problem in my eyes.
Mitch, you observed it similar to what I've seen. It's being presented as it's just content or it's an act or whatever. But and my favorite is, well, I might be wrong, after he goes ahead and presents 20-minute slander of someone. I might be wrong. No fucking accountability. No care. That's someone who doesn't care about the truth. Someone who doesn't respect facts.
Again, Paul, if you're listening, that thing that I'm talking about, the way you throw everything back.
Why do you keep throwing me out?
That may also be a thing that's happening while you, I don't know, whatever issue you cats have. You can't resolve a thing because you always just talking about his shortcomings. When he comes to you with a claim like that, you're going to address for 2 seconds and talk about him. You're not truly addressing it.
Okay, so then your world, then, Joe, right? Men
What are you
can
mad
never come.
about? Why are you mad at me?
What makes you think that I'm mad?
All right, go ahead.
Your tone,
You're pathetic. You're pathetic. What makes you think I'm mad about that?
Hey, Paul, where did you get this fucking, where's the evidence, first off, for the
What
conclusion
pathetic
that
male
anyone
says
is
that
pathetic?
men can't go in front of men and talk about their shortcomings with each other?
Where is the pathetic there?
What weak ass pathetic man who doesn't understand fellowship saying we can't come together and talk? That's all we did.
Talk about some dumb shit. The pathetic shit was to draw me into some angry shit so he could sideline. I didn't fall for it. Why did you?
Good, good job. Hey, I'm done. Paul's an agent of chaos. Paul, God uses the dark to share the light. I mean, it's happening globally everywhere. There's a lot of people that are confused that have risen to places of influence. People are paying attention to them, supporting everything they're doing, not knowing, hey, guys, Trump and Biden are not fucking people to follow. And brothers and sisters, today's Paul's title, the crowd wants Barabbas. Do you want a man like Barabbas, like Paul? I think the world needs more kindness, frankly. And kindness is not a weakness, Paul. I don't know. Final words?
Live, love, and life. Peace, Mitch. It's really good to see
you. Yeah.
Much love, Joe. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, thanks for having me up, Jack. Appreciate you, man. Catch you around.
Much love. Thank you, brother. Paul, I'm not even going to bring you up. I've had enough. I've given you opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. And Paul, the option available to you is cooperate. You came up previously today blaming me, projecting on me my need for control. I'm insisting upon order. And if you're not able to cooperate with order, your ass will be kicked to the curb. Okay? And brothers and sisters, I do love everyone. And Sly, you're again, if folks don't agree with you, you're angry and resentful. Okay, this was offered to me in the private chat by my Sly Shy. Well, I know you've run around saying that because you like to Paul. No, Paul says nothing wrong, and so you gotta support what Paul says. And so, Sly, I don't really remember you and I ever having conversations. So I'm not angry at resentful when people don't agree with me. I'm frustrated that people won't accept me. Insist I'm angry and resentful. Sly, looking at me now, here, you know what? Show your character, Sly. What is truthful?
What is truthful is adults being able to communicate with each other without all of the pointing the fingers and blaming and this, that, third, and the other. Right?
I'm bringing in, please forgive my persuasion here, but I'd like you to bring it in to specificity, generalities about what you think human behavior. Let's be relevant specifically. You made the statement, and I've heard you say many things about me, Sly. Let's address this specific one from right here. If folks don't agree with you, you are angry and resentful. Do I appear?
I've never said anything disrespectful.
That's untrue.
I've joked and I've clowned like we all do.
At my expense. You've joked and you've clowned. You've disrespected the truth with my name. Sly, when you go back and reflect on the things you said jokingly, that's your excuse. You spread lies and you call it a joke, Sly, Paul Unslaved. I don't find defamation of character to be hilarious. Now, I've been fun. I've been playing along. Praise God. This is my life. I just remembered that. This is the life God has blessed me with. Oh, I am so grateful. And seriously, brothers and sisters, expanding trust and discernment. Okay, we talked about discernment a little bit ago. There's plenty of facts for you guys to go through and discern what is true. So-and-so may feel something, may think something, may say something, but what is shown? What is really going on? Because this is our life. It's my opinion, this is not just a show. I am sharing my life with you. I'm a human being who's dealing with this. I find it fascinating, quite bizarre that a man like Paul has chosen, with all the gifts, the life he lives. He doesn't fucking work anymore. He sits and talks online. He gets compensated, rewarded for it. In fact, he has so much bitterness to offer me. I never fucking did anything to hurt him. So, but you know what? I didn't do anything here. Back to Jack's story. Discernment. There's a lot of information. What is true? What is real is what is true. Doesn't matter what you think. Doesn't matter your opinion. Doesn't matter if you like it or don't like it. You got to accept what is true. Okay? And that'll take strength. You got to have strength to do that. And you got to have strength to be trusting. So, in order to have trust, it is so simple. Humble. Who cares what you think? Who gives a fuck what you think about me, Paul?
Well, if I care about you, if I care.
Right? Only you. I brought you up and I shouldn't have. I should have known better. Only you and your viewers think about your opinions. Okay? Your opinions are your fucking problem in my life. I've been seeking support from other human beings to help resolve this nonsense that God has brought to me. But instead of helping resolve, I get people like Sly that want to continue to make me think less of myself. People have been testing me, so brothers and sisters, I'm the same as you. Consider that God has brought people into your life to test you, to betray you, to steal from you, to hurt you. Why? Sometimes we may not know. But it feels better if you consider that maybe it's because God has faith in you. God has faith that you can handle this stuff on your own, that you'll become stronger and wiser by finding your path without the enablers. But to find your own path, you got to be confident. You got to be willing to stand on what you know is true. You got to be able to trust yourself. The only way you can trust yourself, as I said, is to truly humble your ego to reality. What is true? What is real? What is real is Paul is in the back making childish, holy cow. Some of these comments, man. Some try to stroke you. Who tries to stroke my ego? I only respond positively to one type of person. The one type of person I respond honestly to.
Ego. If they challenge you or caution you, you control them.
Honest people.
Just like you do with your women and children. That's why they leave you. That's why they leave you.
So you think. I don't give a fuck what you think. Anything encouraging or inspiring to offer, Sly?
I always try, Jack, but you don't allow me to.
You're blaming me for your failures. God bless you. See, that's what I heard. And brothers and sisters, excuses and blame. Excuses and blame bring bitterness, bring disagreements. Paul has a group of enablers identified with, I think it was Top G, identified with Slide tonight. And forgive me if I forgot who else joined. Joe, Mitch, several others. God bless. Thank you for joining tonight, brothers and sisters. Let's change the world. Let's quit fucking talking about it and find out how to do it. The only way we're going to change this world, change ourselves, change the world we live in, is cooperating. Spend an hour. Well, I hope I offered some value, at least in the beginning, before the panel was filled up with nonsense, but time wasted fighting, time wasted worrying, time wasted putting off finding answers. If anyone has questions about me, before you come to some insulting, derogatory, ridiculous conclusion about me, God bless, give me a call. I'm happy to answer realistic questions that might help people understand. And I'm telling you, what I'm offering to you guys, if you would allow yourself to try to listen to me instead of subjecting me to your stupid opinions, Sly, I'm looking at you in the back. Yes, your opinions are stupid and irrelevant many times with me. Because in the face of the words you've heard me say, it proves you have been in denial, ignoring what is true. The only thing that matters is the truth. And what I'm offering to you, for you to learn for yourself, is how to find the strength within you. If you can get past Paul's opinions of my results, again, ignoring my lifetime of dedication, achievements, and everything I've accomplished in my life, holy cows, praise God. You know what? I'm done. Have a beautiful night. Peace and love. Choose love for everyone.